This is a 2026 Ram 2500 Black Express. And I have a few names for it. I call it a parts bin truck. I also call it the new middle class truck because everyone complains about pricing, and this is the solution on lowering prices. It's giving you a nice exterior, but giving you a work truck interior, and some people don't care about that. Regardless of that, I borrowed this truck from Ken Garff, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in West Valley, Utah. Be sure to ask for Josh. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys see the options and features on this build. At the very top is the description. Base price comes in at $52,230. And here's a short listing of the standard features. Starting off the options is the Silver Zenith for $295. The customer preferred package is the Black Express, and it shows what comes a part of that package there. 20-inch wheels come standard, painted bumpers. Also, you guys see this has the fifth wheel prep package, bed utility, tradesman level 1 equipment group, front and rear rubber floor mats, and then it has the high output Cummins. Destination is $21.95 for a total price of $74,165. That starting price does not include this Black Express package, so just keep that in mind. That's basically the starting price for the tradesman. Regardless of it, even if you got a tradesman, LED headlights, turn signals, and fog lights come standard. You also have adaptive cruise control. And with the Black Express, you guys see that hood? I was shocked to see that the hood came a part of this package. On the Power Wagon, you can upgrade to this hood for $895. So I probably would say, Ram, hey, next year for 27, make that an option, because not everyone cares about that. And I will say, if you could save another additional $895, why not? But I do like the painted bumpers, front parking sensors on a entry-level truck. Now, I said the same thing for the Warlock. I'm gonna say it again. If I were buying a Black Express or Warlock, I would skip the Cummins. I think that getting this truck around that $65,000 range is the way to go. So what I did was, really quickly, I have it up on my phone still, and maybe I'll show it to you here online. I obviously always add clearance lights for $180. Up next, I did add the rear wheelhouse liner for $195. And if you get the tradesman level 1, you get the 12-inch display, which I highly recommend. And then, of course, because you're skipping the Cummins, you can get the 410 with this Hemi, and I would get the safety group, and I'll show you guys really quickly what that gives you. But it gives you the active lane management, gives you the 7-inch cluster, it gives you the leather wrap steering wheel, rain sensing wipers, auto dimming rear view mirror, steering wheel mounted audio controls, and I think that that package is worth it. And then with fifth wheel prep package, I'm pretty much at, with the 410, I'm at $63,525. And if you want to add the 2.4 kilowatts in the bed, you can add that for an additional $2,000. Oh, I'm sorry, is it $2,000? I'm sorry, I said it's $1,295, excuse me. So yeah, you can have that truck around 65 grand. That's the way I would build it. I would not get the Cummins, just simply because it's about price. This is probably a good entry-level truck for half-ton buyers who need a heavy half-ton. So maybe I'll do a video of that in the future, but regardless of it, this is a nice truck. Solid front axle, which you'll see here in a second. Four-wheel drive is an option, and then plastic liner. And then here are the tires. On this Black Express, I don't mind these Firestone Transforce AT2s. They're 285, 60, 20. However, when you're looking at a limited or even a Laramie trim, they should opt for a Michelin or Bridgestone tire. Now, if you care to see the capacity for the tire, it's right here. 3,640 pounds at 80 psi cold. These are basically the wheels off the Laramie. This is why it's a parts bin truck, because that Sport Performance hood, 20-inch wheels, they pretty much come off of other trim packages, so it's not a bad thing. I like the idea of this truck. As you get closer, blackout for the badging, you have these forward lights here. Then you have this backup light right there. Top and bottom mirrors are heated and power. No smart key system, not available. Fixed running boards. The only reason why I think At this price point, you could probably get a Laramie with no options on it. And because painted bumpers come standard, you have to really do your research to see which one makes more sense for you before you jump into this one. Because with the diesel, it's just a lot more money. 6-foot 4-inch bed, 31-gallon fuel tank. You also have a 7.5-gallon DEF tank. And really quickly, let me just see if you have any skid plates underneath. With the Warlock, I believe they do give you some. So nothing for the transfer case. Coil suspension, you don't have the option for air. And then here's that bed step right there. Incandescent taillights. But Ram is the only HD truck that gives you standard LED license plate lights. You have to go up to the higher trim levels on Ford to get that. And this is not assisted. But yeah, that fifth wheel prep package, bed lights right there. You have that 4 and 7 pin with 400 watts of power. I've yet to find a truck with the 2.4 kilowatts. Spray in is here. You have to check out my promo code for my Juggernaut tie downs. That's a no-brainer in my book. I think you should get it just simply because it gives you a better solution if you do use your bed and you need things secure. Up here, power glass with defrost. No clearance lights. Notice how they hide those parking sensors on that plastic trim piece. On my GMC, they put them on the painted part of the bumper. I think it looks tacky. So good job, Ram. There's your spare tire. 342 rear with anti-spin. And here is side view of the truck. If that starting price of 74 grand doesn't scare you, by all means, get the Cummins. I only think because this truck is all about price, it's better to get it for the best deal possible. But this Cummins is hard to beat. The Hemi is no match in comparison if you are this high above sea level. You guys see those mountains right there? God bless America, by the way. This engine puts out 430 horsepower compared to the 405 horsepower in the new Hemi. And it also has 1,075 pound-feet of torque compared to 429 pound-feet of torque in the Hemi. Both engines have EGR, right? But this truck has a turbocharger, and that turbocharger is the reason why this truck has so much power. You have boost. And because of that boost, you have good fuel economy because of the diesel. And of course, you guys know diesel fuel, it's just more efficient compared to gasoline. Now, obviously, diesels are not the easiest to live with because there's things you have to do. Like, for example, you have to plug this truck in. I don't think this truck had that cold weather group on it, did it? I don't think it did. I don't think it did. So, yeah. If you are someone looking to buy these trucks, by all means, add that on. If you're here at King Garff, just have them add it on before you take delivery of the truck because you can add that after the fact. Now, this engine does take 10W30 oil or 5W40 for the colder climates. They upgraded the intake manifold on this truck, so better performance because of that and the larger intake and exhaust valves, cast iron block, CP8 fuel pump right there. You actually have dual fuel filters under the hood now. All in all, this is definitely a good truck. And I think that with that new 8-speed transmission, it's probably the most reliable one today. Now you have to subscribe to the channel because I am planning to put this up against a Ford Super Duty STX truck. So you don't want to miss the upload, obviously. And these are basically competitors if you don't know that. As I said earlier, because this is based off the Tradesman, you're going to get the Tradesman interior. However, Ram has done a great job with their interior, whether you get the Tradesman or get the Limited. I like the black. The black just holds up better for what this is, which is a work truck. And you still get all your mirror controls, power everything as I said. And you can put it in power tow mode. You can power that convex. It's the only truck in the segment that allows for that. Also, the only thing I would like to see upgraded on this is just give us adjustments up and down. You have short people. My wife's 5'2". She needs a adjustment. I love the materials they use for the seats. They look really nice and upscale. Tilt headrests come standard. And auto headlights. You have the 3-inch cluster. If you get that safety group, it gives you the 7-inch cluster, which is why I want that. You also have the black liner, so when you're out in the field, your hands are dirty, you pull up here, you have a light color roof, you see all that crap over time. The 8.4-inch display does come standard in this truck, but with the Tradesman Level 1, it upgrades it to the 12-inch. This is a 6-passenger, by the way. And, oh, look what we have here. I love showing this paper here. This is for a bed camper. So if you're someone who needs to haul that, Ram pretty much gives that to you standard. So you don't have to opt for it like the Fords. And it shows you how you're supposed to set everything up. And this has 2,078 pounds of capacity. I will show you the payload here in a second. So be sure to stay tuned for that. But yeah, open storage at the very top here. And you guys see these all-weather liners too. They pretty much cover the entire carpet. And out back, because this is a tradesman, you don't have a 60/40 bench. And that's a big negative for this truck. No center armrest for cup holders. No power out back. No seat back pockets either. However, as you guys saw, you still have that power glass with defrost, incandescent bulbs on the inside. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. Here's that steering wheel. This is the vinyl steering wheel, so if you get that safety package, as I mentioned, you would get a leather wrap one. I have to have leather wrap. And right there, push button start comes standard. 4-wheel drive systems there. 12-inch display. No heated seats or heated steering wheel. This is the home page, so you can customize this. You can add information. Let's just say you're towing a trailer and you want your gauges right there. You can do that. Right here, you can add your climate. Whatever you think you're going to be using a lot of, you can put it in this home screen. If you go to media, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wirelessly. You guys see this truck does have navigation too. Navigation. Right here, if you pull down on that arrow, it shows you the day. And go to vehicle. You can turn your auto dimming mirror. You have a dashboard for your off-road pages. And it's nice that they give this stuff to you as well. Right down below shows you the altitude. You have more gauges in here too. Towing pages right here. Light check, and then you can customize the setup of your trailer. A little bit of storage down below. Also, you have more storage with the USB in this location. Now, if you want to put this up because you have an extra passenger, this does pop up. No headrest and no storage below the seat, and they don't lock this in too. I'm actually shocked that Ram doesn't lock this. It's interesting. I would think it's a safety feature. Adaptive cruise control. Here's the gear limiter. And let's just go through this screen really quickly. Here's page 1, speedometer. You can change it to kilometers if you like. Driver assistance, like for your adaptive cruise control. And then my favorite page is this one here. Shows you the fuel economy, tire pressure, coolant, trans, oil temps, oil pressure. Man, that oil pressure looks so low, doesn't it? Exhaust brake, boost pressure, diesel particulate filter, and oil life and fuel filters. Battery voltage, and then I like the gauge summary. And then here's your engine idle hours. Let's go ahead and check out the payload. That way you guys can see how much this truck has for you to tow a trailer or haul something heavy. Gross axle weight rating out front is going to be Oh wow, 5,750 pounds. The rear is 6,000 pounds, and gross vehicle rating is 11,040. 20 by 8 wide wheels, all in payload capacity. It's right here. 3,040 pounds. So what's nice about this truck is you have a nice exterior, as I said earlier, but because it is more basic, you do pick up a lot more payload with this as well. It has spray and bed liner, fifth wheel prep package, 20-inch wheels, and it still has 3,000 pounds of payload with the Cummins. Can't beat that, guys. Ram has fixed this truck for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am planning on doing a comparison with the Warlock in this Black Express. So again, another video to look out for. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure the notification on. See you guys soon.